I think this might be a bridge too far. I'm not sure what will happen with these. He's just called Santa Claus in the book, but in my head he's called Lawrence Llewellyn Santa. Here's one I made earlier. I had to remove it because it looks slightly, I mean, for a gingerbread man, slightly indecent. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay if you're new around here, and today I have for you a crochet podcast. So I'm going to be chatting through recent things I've been making, new things I've got, and just some lovely yarn really, which I hope is what we're all here for. Okay, so I didn't think that I had much to show you this week, and then something very exciting arrived in the post yesterday. So if you watched the last podcast, you may remember me saying I've written a new book, and it's here. This is All I Want for Christmas is Yarn, and it is 30 crochet projects for festive gifts and decorations. It says so here. And yeah, isn't it just such a cute little package? I'll zoom in so you can see the cover a bit more clearly. I don't really know how much I'm allowed to show you because the book isn't out until the 27th of October. You can pre-order it on my website if you'd like to, just saying, but I just wanted to show it you anyway. But I figure you can see the cover, so you can see these projects, this project and this project, and also on the back cover there are a few projects, so I will show you a few of those inside the book. I'm really pleased they went with this cover. So the book is published by HarperCollins, which is very exciting, and they actually slid into my DMs a few months ago at when was it, sort of like April. Would you like to write a crochet book for us? So of course I said yes immediately. The only slight catch was they wanted me to do it in 6 weeks, which was an experience, let me tell you. But I did it. I had a few little elves who helped me make some of the samples. I was doing really well, and then yeah, I quickly realized I was going to need some help. So I wrote all of the patterns and I made, I would say, like 75% of them, and then I paid a few elves to help me, who do have a shout out in the back of the book. So on the cover, originally, or at one point, they were just going to feature these little amigurumi guys. So we have a gingerbread man, a snowman, a Santa, a Christmas pudding and a reindeer. But my concern was that it would look just like an amigurumi book. So if you are new to the world of crochet, amigurumi is the term used to describe working in the round, and in particular it's a Japanese word, making like cute little characters. And obviously that is like a whole genre, crochet genre of its own, and often some people who crochet amigurumi will only crochet amigurumi. So I didn't want it to only look like an amigurumi book. But yeah, I'm really happy they went with this, because it also has this project, which is one of my faves, and a big loopy tree wall hanging, which I think it just gives a really nice hint that there are a variety of projects in the book. Obviously they're all Christmas, but it's not just amigurumis. And then yeah, this is the back cover, so it's like they've gone for this like blocky look. It's hardback. It's a really cute little giftable size. It's $12.99, and we shot it in my house. So if you follow me on Instagram, you may recognize some of the locations. So I'll show you a couple more of the okay, I'm going to show you this one just because I think it might be my fave project in the book, and I love this picture that we took. I worked with a photographer I know as well, called Carmel, which was a really nice experience. I met her at, I'd say, like a local business networking thing, which sounds quite dry, but it's a really nice, it's called Hive in Nailsworth, which is near where I live, if anybody happens to be watching and you're also a local freelancer or creative. And yeah, I met her through that, and then we were able to work together on the book, which is so nice. And I think one of the things, I'm going to show you another project whilst I'm talking. Crackers, anybody? Those are my hands too. One of the things that I've really enjoyed recently since I've been working from home and working in my hometown is I feel like I now know other people locally, whereas previously when I worked with a longer commute, yeah, no, does that make sense? It's nice. It's like, it's community, I suppose. There's like a local networking freelance community that I'm linked up to, and it feels good. This little guy, I think, might be one of my favorites from the book. And again, if you've followed me for a long time, you'll know that amigurumi is not something I normally design. But when Anna, who's my editor, commissioned me to write the book, she specifically, I sort of put together a proposal of different projects, and she said, please can we have some cute characters, so amigurumi. I was like, okay, I can do that. And look, I did it. I think what I'll do when the book is out properly, I have all the samples in a big box in my garage, and nicely packed in a nice box. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that. I'll do like a big show and tell of the samples from the book. But here's a little reindeer guy, and I just want to quickly show you the Santa. Okay, so in my head, he's just called Santa Claus in the book. But in my head, he's called Lawrence Llewellyn Santa, which is possibly quite a UK specific reference if anybody is familiar with the interior decorator from the noughties called Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. I don't know why, I think it was his frilly feet and arms that I gave him. He just, he really reminded me. I think it's just the frilly cuffs. Second note, amigurumi faces are really hard to do. So I did the same faces on all of them. But for instance, I thought the reindeer looked quite cute. And then Santa, oh, I've lost him now. I had to redo it a couple of times because he was looking a little bit evil. Just a little bit evil. And the gingerbread man, I had to give him, I did do him with white eyes initially and eyelashes, and I had to change them because he really did look evil. Also at one point, he had 3 buttons, the bottom of which was pink, but I had to remove it because it looks slightly, I mean, for a gingerbread man, slightly indecent. But yes, I'm just so pleased with how it's come out. I love the photography, I love the styling, and how everything's come out. So yeah, this guy's a Christmas pudding. Isn't he so cute? I love his little speckled body. So yeah, those are some of the amigurumis, my first foray into amigurumis. There are a couple of projects which you may recognise from the past, such as this pom-pom scarf, and also my spot on slipper socks are in there too. So yeah, there's just this. I'm going to show you just one more. Don't tell the publisher I'm showing you so much. So I'm going to show you one more that I really like. I have lost it. Okay, these guys are on the back, so I feel like that's okay. Fa la la, and if you really want to, you can go the whole hog and do the la 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 la. But I decided to stop at fa la la. Oh, and look, can you see where this shelf is? I'm quite excited about this, can you tell? So yeah, that's it. That's a little sneaky peek of my new book. As I said, if you did want to order it from me, I'm going to be signing the copies that send out from my website, but you can also order it on Amazon and other places too. But if you want to support me, then I get a little bit of money from the ones that I sell, but I don't get any money now from the ones that sell on Amazon because I took a flat fee rather than royalties. And if anybody is interested in more publishing chat, I did used to work in the publishing industry for just over 10 years. I worked as a commissioning editor for books, and then I worked as a commissioning editor, kick my camera, for craft magazines. And I've always wanted to do a little bit of a guide of like how to get published in magazines, how to get published in books. So if that is of interest to anybody, let me know, and I could do a little special video all about it. So there we are. All I Want for Christmas is Yarn by Lindsey Nunes. They chose the title. I absolutely love it. And on the back it says, it's beginning to look a lot like Crochet Box, which, you know, pun gold. Love it. So yeah, my big news, my big, is this a, it's not a, it's a finished object. I guess it's a finished object. I also found, those of you who watched the last episode will be very, very relieved to know it wasn't that somebody went in my suitcase and stole out one random piece of crochet clothing. It was just that I'd misplaced it. And here is my, from Christmas to summer, here is my top I made when I was on my summer holidays. In the theory it's reversible, but I probably will not wear it this way round unless I'm feeling very confident. I'm going to keep the bow on the back, and this is the front. But just in love with these straps and how they, these are puff stitches. I did talk through it in the last one. It's a pattern by, I say Knits and Knots. But yeah, as you can see, we have just started moving out of summer attire. I'd say just. This was only ever really wearable on my holiday, but it's not summer anymore, guys. We're heading into autumn, which I'm happy about, but not quite as, people have gone a bit cray-cray for it, haven't they? Don't get me wrong, I like Halloween and I like autumn. I've gone very bright. But I also think there's a lot to be said for just enjoying where we are at the moment and enjoying that space and time, and not always wishing time away, which is something I have done a lot in the past and been guilty of. So yes, I'm excited for autumn. I will embrace it when it's here. I will embrace Halloween when it is October. But at the end of August, I don't know, it's complicated, isn't it? Because I guess in the craft world, I've got something else to show you. In the craft world, we do craft well ahead of time. So I'm fully behind people crafting for Christmas now, and I'm fully behind people crocheting for Halloween now and sharing it if they want to. But the more stuff I've seen on social media is more to do with like interior decor, and it's maybe what makes me feel uncomfortable is like all the stuff, like you have to, the expectation or the pressure to fully decorate your house for fall or autumn at the end of October and buy loads of pumpkins and buy loads of different decor. I think now I'm a minimalist. I think maybe that's what makes me feel a bit like, oh, I don't know. I like decorating and I like seasonal decor. It just feels a lot. It feels like a lot, doesn't it? Let's just enjoy the end of the summer and the transition into autumn. I always remember one of my friends once, I asked her what her favourite season was. I think I might have said it before on the podcast like years ago, and she said her favourite was the transitional periods between the seasons. And isn't that such a good answer? Because when it's still summer and you get those first like slightly cooler days, which we're starting to get now, slightly crisper days heading into autumn, it's really exciting. But by the end of autumn, when it's just like grey and sludgy and you're like, okay, I'm excited for Christmas now, and when it really starts to kind of like get cold and maybe get a bit of snow, it's really exciting. But by January, we're over winter, and do you get it? I felt that deep in my soul. I have sort of adopted it as my own answer now. But yeah, I think let's enjoy where we are in the season. And don't know why I got on my soapbox about that. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Maybe you have fully covered your house in pumpkins already, in which case you do you. I'm here for it. The next thing I have to show you is in this big basket. I have actually been crocheting shock, shock, shock. And I have been crocheting a little pile, quite a large pile now, of these, which are scallop shaped bunting. And the reason I'm doing this, and I'm yet to join them all together, is because I am exhibiting this year at Yarndale, which, if you haven't heard of it before, is a yarn show in the north of England at the end of September, or 20th of September, this month, quite soon. I have a stand for the first time. I've been once before as a punter, and now I'm going as an exhibitor. I'm going to be taking all my Curate Crochet boxes. That's going to be like the main focus. I'm also going to have some patterns, and I'm going to have some books, some of my books. So I'm quite excited, also quite nervous, but I want to decorate the stand a little bit. So I have this, it's a free pattern actually on my website. I'll link it below if anybody wants to go and make it, for this scallop bunting. So you can make quite nice rainbows out of it. I think I've shown this on the podcast before. So like, here is a mini version, and then I'm using this yarn, which is King Cole Big Value Super Chunky, and it's a pink colour, but actually I'll zoom in because it's actually quite a if it'll focus, it's almost like a bit of unicorny rainbow. Know how you can see, sort of like very gently flecked in different colours. And I had a lot of this left over from a box I did last autumn, where I think it was like the third Curate Crochet box I'd ever done, and I just over ordered. I didn't have my ordering and gauge of boxes quite right at that stage, so I over ordered. I've got a massive box of these. I also have red and white, but I'm just using the pink for the bunting. The only thing is I need about 6 meters of it. Is that right? Is that what I worked out? Like 5 meters, something like that. And so I worked out I need 61 of these, and I currently have, I'll count them, but I'll speed this bit up to save you the boredom of it. I think I have 25. I was making these on my summer holiday. It takes me about 10 minutes to make one when I'm working at speed. So I think I just need to get back into the swing. What's the date today? It's the 9th today. So I only actually have about 2 weeks, and I'm doing lots of other prep for Yarndale too. I thought it might be fun to do a bit of a behind the scenes video and then some filming on the day. So I'm prepping lots of boxes, and it is a little bit different for me because normally when I take orders for the boxes, it's almost like a pre-order each month. So I have a rough idea normally of how many it's going to be, but obviously people come in and people leave each month. So I kind of do it as a pre-order, and then I order in the stock or any remaining stock. And so it's quite like what you call a lean model, in that I'm always ordering, notwithstanding what I just said about over ordering last year, I'm always ordering for the amount of orders I need to fulfill, rather than maybe like a yarn store is going to be buying in wool, it's going to be on the shelves for a while. But again, there's obviously science and maths involved there, but it's not quite as lean a model because you're not quite so guaranteed to sell everything. And so in order to get boxes to sell at Yarndale, I've had to order in a lot of extra stock ahead of time, and I normally use a fulfillment centre to make up the boxes. I've been making up the boxes. I'm also just taking my car, which is quite a large mum bus, but obviously I've had to buy all the like display equipment, so there's a lot of expense that's gone out, which is fine because I wanted to do it and I thought it'd be interesting and fun. But it's quite outside my normal business model, if you will. So yeah, quite a lot of planning and preparation, and I've decided to now crochet some bunting too, in my wisdom. But yeah, I think I just need to pick it up again and do a couple each evening. Maybe somebody can work out the maths for me. If there's 2 weeks to go and I still need to make another, what did I say, 35. How many do I need to make each evening in order to get them ready? It's more than 2. It's more than 2. If I made, what's 3 times 14? Bear with me. Okay, that would be slightly too many. I need to make around 3 each evening, which is half an hour. I feel I've got that in me. Slow but steady wins the race. Watch this space if the bunting makes it to Yandel or not. So that's where we're at with that. I am using a 10mm hook, and as I said, it is a super chunky yarn. It calls for 10mm. It's 100% acrylic. So yeah, there we are. I did also start making a smaller version in this, which is West Yorkshire Spinners Retreat. I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. Honestly, it was because I was in the car and this yarn was in the boot and this yarn was available to me, and so I started making it. But I don't even know, I need to check out my studio, I don't even know how much I have of this. And obviously this takes around the same amount of time to make as the larger ones, but because the yarn is so much thinner, they come out much smaller, and so I would need, I would almost need, look, it's about half the width, maybe just slightly over. So if I need 60 of these, I would need to make like 120 of these. Look at my maths, I'm a genius. And I've only got 8. I think this might be a bridge too far. I'm not sure what will happen with these. Maybe they'll just be a little table feature, something. We shall see. But that is a little crochet project I've been working on, so I thought I would show it to you. And as I said, it is a free pattern, which I either have as on my website or as like a PDF download. So I'll pop the link in if I have it, if I can locate it. And there it is. I have one last thing that I wanted to show you for this week, and that is the latest Curate Crochet project that has just been on sale, and it is for this lemon bag, which we're calling the Lemonata Shopper. So it's a market bag, and then this little lemon does something rather snazzy. Okay, I will show you. So you have your market bag, and if you're not using it, you can roll it up and you can pop it in your lemon. How clever is that? So this was a guest designer, and it was Lois of, I think she's Lottie, I don't know how to say it, on Instagram, but Lois Floyd. I commissioned her and we sort of collaborated on the design and the idea. She came up with the idea for the main bag, and I said, how about a little lemon pouch that we can squeeze it all into? And she realised my vision for me in just the cutest way, far better than I think I could have done. I love the shape, I love how squishy it is, and people will also get this really cute little, oh there we go, little wooden button decorated with lemons. So yeah, totally in love with that one. The yarn for the bag, here's one I made earlier, is Stylecraft. In fact, here's literally one I made earlier, because here's the one I made when I was filming the video tutorial. It is Stylecraft Naturals Bamboo and Cotton, which I haven't used before, but I've wanted to include in a box for a while because it's so soft. I've included this lovely cornflower colour, and then the yarns for the lemon are actually Serdar Happy Cotton. So I try normally when I'm choosing yarns for the boxes to include the same yarn brand, but Stylecraft don't have a handy 20-gram cotton offering, so Serdar and Stylecraft have had a love child in the form of this lemon pouch this month. And yeah, these are the little Serdar Happy Cottons. They're very similar to the Rico Rumi. I have a feeling that Rico Rumi is 25 gram, or are they both 20 gram? Anyway, they look like this, and Serdar is actually a UK company. I put it around the back. And Rico is not. I think Rico are German. So in terms of me buying in and sourcing the yarn, Serdar is much easier for me to buy from. I don't have to pay customs. It travels less far, fewer miles. You know what I'm trying to say. So I quite like including yarns from UK companies as much as possible. So yeah, that is the box. That was September's box. It has just gone off sale, but I may have a couple of spares if anybody is interested. I have a section on the website which is called one-off boxes, which is where I will pop any spares from each month. As I said, I do try and keep that quite lean ordering system, so I don't tend to have many overs. I just sort of fulfill the orders that subscribers place, and then any extras I'll pop them there on the website. I wanted to show you anyway, just because I really like it, and I thought you might enjoy looking at my little lemon pouch. The stitch pattern as well on the bag is inspired by lemon pips, so it's a really nice meditative one, in that it's a lot of chains, a lot of chaining, and where we've got these little sort of picot stitches here, that's the kind of like lemon pip. Isn't that cute? So yeah, and again, that was my September box. So I decided not to go full autumn. I kind of wanted to do like a Indian summer, last days of summer vibe, and it's been a really popular one, so I think everybody has also been quite taken with the little lemon. Let me know if you like it. And in the box now is just a kind of mix of half-made things and leftover yarn, because that is what I was working on yesterday. I was filming that one. As one final thing to show you, I'm just going to show you the yarn that's going to be included in the October box for Curate Crochet, because I'm a little bit in love with it. I'm not going to tell you what the project is yet, because that hasn't been revealed yet, but it is, oh look, this boucle, I'm probably murdering that pronunciation, boucle yarn from Drops. I love it. And then alongside that, I've started using this ball, so it's not quite as full as it normally is. It's going to be a ball of Drops Nepal in this really lovely, it's almost it's coming up quite blue on camera, and obviously like compared to my green outfit it's more blue, but it's definitely got green, kind of like sagey green undertones. It's not quite duck egg, it's greenier than duck egg. What do they call it? They call it colour 7120. I think it probably does have a name as well. They don't always tell us, do they? So this is 65% wool and 35% alpaca. And the boucle one is 80% alpaca, 15% wool and 5% polyamide. I know it's like slightly overdone in interiors at the moment, this like white boucle trend, and if anybody has any kind of children or pets, all the like chairs and sofas that there are in these guys, probably not practical, but I just love it. I do really love it. And notwithstanding what I've just said about not quite being into sorry, I'm just squishing it, not quite being into autumn at the start of September, this box is coming out on the 20th of October, or sort of 15th of October. It definitely does have a more autumnal project that I'm using these guys for, so I'm excited to share that with you. I'll try and time the next podcast so that the box hasn't just gone off sale. So I feel like the last two boxes I've sold you, they've both just closed for orders. I'll try and show you this guy just as it goes out, so that if anybody is interested, you will at least have an opportunity to sign up for the ones I'm showing you, rather than me just showing you ones that you can't get anymore, which is maybe interesting if you like listening to crochet talk, but not so useful if you actually wanted to buy it. So yeah, there we go. that's my big things coming up. The book, boxes, and Yarndale, which is going to be a massive thing on the horizon. Oh, and our house move is going ahead. I know I said last time we weren't sure if it was going to happen or not. It's happening. It was going to be this week, then it was going to be the 20th, then the 3rd. I think it's going to be the very start of October now, so we should be exchanging today. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Yeah, there's a lot going on, but I keep trying to just like rechannel the energy. It's all stuff that I have asked for, and so I'm trying to enjoy it and be excited about it rather than feeling slightly overwhelmed. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. As I said, I do have lots of other videos planned and things I want to do. I feel like I'm just getting back into the swing of it, and yeah, I'm trying to do one every 2 weeks at least. I would love to do more, and just I think I'm warming up to it still. I'm getting in the groove. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out any more progress on like the Yarndale stuff, I think I'm going to try and do quite a lot of stories and things as well over on Instagram, probably on my Curate Crochet Box account if you follow me over there. And I'm also going to try and do a little bit of a behind the scenes video of prepping for and attending Yarndale, because I think that'll be fun. And if you're watching like outside the UK, it might be interesting for you to see what the yarn festival is like. It's in a very rustic location. It's actually in like the cattle barns, so yeah, very exciting. I'm also going to be having an did I say this last time? I'm going to be having an office studio space in the spare bedroom in our new house, so there's definitely stuff I can share with you there. I'm gonna have to like buy furniture, set the whole space up, so that's gonna be really exciting. I'm gonna just like do all the decor things in there that I haven't been, well, I say haven't been allowed, but I want to paint like a big arch. I want to get a big arch mirror. I'm gonna have clothes rail out with all my designs on it. I'm excited. So yeah, thank you all, as I said, so much for watching. I will catch you all next time, and if you have liked today's video, please do like and subscribe, because it really helps spread the video out there and share the crochet love. Yeah, speak to you all soon guys. Bye bye.